Hey yo, what's going on everybody? We're back again for another video, but this time I'm going to show you guys my personal favorite DPS builds. Alright, so let's get it started with my personal favorite, the DPS VGIG. I had so much fun playing this build. It's actually the build I played the most in the PTR. It's got low cooldowns, high burst damage, adaptable, and of course, like I mentioned, it's just very addictive. It's very rewarding when you play it at a high level. You got the ability to reset your VG abilities with Glimpse of the Void combo, multiple ways of starting up the combo, either be with the Ice Storm or with the Tether, but it all comes down to the burst damage of the Ice Spikes. This build provides amazing kill potential on single targets, but also keeps the core values of what a VGIG is. Debuffs, utility, the ability to assist clumps, and the artillery on this is just astonishing. Now the key thing here is this build you're going to need to run the 100 focus alongside the 350 int. It's not just because of the damage scaling on the VG, but because it's very mana dependent and it is required to play this build. A lot of it comes down to the fact that they've changed the 200 int perk. It used to be every time you shift you get 10 mana, now it's every time you get a crit, and to some extent it's okay, but the problem is that it does not trigger on AoE ability. So even if you crit 2 players with the orb at the same time, you're only going to be getting the 10 mana. But comboing it with the energizing Hardy Meal, you'll never feel like you need the mana pots. Let's move on to the next one, and that's going to be the Spear BB. I've played this build a lot in the live, but coming up on the expansion, this actually has been heavily buffed. The Spear BB is one of the best healer hunter builds in the upcoming expansion in my opinion. Great damage slows, CCs, disease, and the ability to gap close or escape. Once again, it's a build that you can immediately feel the impact and quite fun to play as well. For this build, you will utilize the BB artifact for the disease application, which you also will be locking the exhaustive net shot perk. You're going to have the 60 stamina exhaust on enemy healers, including the disease on your basic attacks, and this does implement into your spear as well. Combined with the medium dodge upgrade in the coming patch, it's the main reason why this feels so good to play. Generally, you want to start with the net shot first, swapping into the spear immediately after to force the enemy to use their escape mechanics such as the flash, while keeping the chase on with abilities such as the claw shot, the skewer, and just closing the gap. In general, this build provides you a lot of uptime in the heart rune because you're going to be able to combine it with Keenly Jagged on the weapon, Bleeding Sweep perk, and you at the very least will have 4 different types of DOTs without even including the Rune Glass DOT. And not only will that charge up your heart rune, accelerated pace, but at the same time do a ton of damage. If you haven't tried this build in the past, I would highly recommend giving it a shot in the PTR. Okay guys, so this wasn't intentional, but we kind of created a little baby here between the Spear BB and the VGIG. However, this is a BB main, and it's a ranged DPS build with a ton of burst damage, utility, and debuffs. You can easily set up single target kills, assist clumps, and keep the core values of what a tanky medium BB is in the current live patch. For this build, we're going to be running the VG artifact. It amplifies your blunderbuss left click damage. You can lock that screen perk to provide the 40% disease. You're also going to be combining it with the exhaustive net shots and the slowing tether perks. So you're going to have a lot of slows and a lot of ways to gap close and facilitate your kill potential. But it's not just about single target kills. You can kill clumps. You have the VG setup with the Scream, you have the Orb as well to render it's an AoE damage, which will scale extremely well with the 350 int perk, the BB with the grenades, and on top of that the Azov Shrapnel Blast. It's also an extremely tanky build because it is a medium BB build after all. You have the Last Chance perk, the Fortifying Aggression, the net shot to get out of trouble, but also the Fortifying from the Scream. If you like adaptable builds, I would recommend BBVG. And that's it for today guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below as well. Make sure to keep me updated on builds maybe you want to see and I haven't actually posted about. Thanks again for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.